Hello again, welcome to another episode of the Uranium Market Minute. Today is Friday, December 17th. This is episode number 52. My name is Justin Hune. I'm your host. I'm the founder and publisher of the Uranium Insider Pro newsletter, the only investing newsletter that focuses solely on uranium and publishes on a regular monthly basis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get into it, of course, nothing in this video is intended to be investing advice. I'm not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please always do your own due diligence when it comes to investing. Always take responsibility for your own choices. Not do a market minute episode yesterday as we had our fifth members webinar that went pretty long. It's a little over 2 hours of really deep into the weeds content on uranium. We had a special guest from one of the companies that we own and recommend. And if you made it and you were in there live, really appreciate you joining. If you are a member and you did not make it yesterday to the live event, it is up. The replay is up on the website. Log into the members area and you can stream that. We did finally figure out why you were not able to control the speed of playback. So anybody who's been asking about that, you can listen at a faster speed now. I'm glad we got down to the bottom of that. Pretty quiet day in the uranium markets overall. So let's go ahead and jump into the mailbag and get through the data on the spot market, Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, and the ETFs. Spot price of uranium today is coming in slightly higher at 43.25 mid-market. Bounced down yesterday a little bit, came back up. Essentially, it's flat from 2 days ago during the last market minute. It's been a very quiet period in the spot market with Sprott out of the market. It's nice to see that it's maintaining a relatively stable price here without a lot of buying action. That's actually a pretty good sign. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust closed yesterday at a slight discount to NAV, minus 2.98%, after trading at a slight premium to NAV the previous day. They did purchase another 100,000 pounds on Wednesday, but none yesterday. And they raised a very nominal amount of new capital. They remain with a treasury balance, 27.1 million. And since the 17th of August, when their ATM went live, they've acquired 23 million pounds of U3O8. They've raised almost $1 billion. Again, they have authorized up to 3.5 billion. Turning to the sector equity ETFs, over the 2-day period, URA reported redemptions of 160,000 shares. URNM reported redemptions of 175,000 shares. Outflow gave rise to 15.6 million of mandated selling. You probably saw that yesterday. Today was a pretty indecisive day in the market. Yesterday was a little bit down, seeing some profit taking from the nice recovery we saw on Wednesday. Over the 2-day period, the combined AUMs actually increased by 9.8 million. Now have a combined AUM of just below 2 billion between those two ETFs. Let's take a look at the charts. Starting off with URA, looks like a pretty indecisive day. It closed down 1.64%. Yesterday, obviously, it ramped up intraday and then sold off towards the end of the day after a big day up on Wednesday. Again, it looks like we're in kind of chop city here, chopping sideways, as I honestly was hoping for and expecting. Indicators look like we're just in this slow bottom formation here. Nothing really to see, nothing really to write home about, just chopping sideways with this spinning top kind of indecisive candle. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust also trading down today about 1.5%. They're probably more like a 3 to 4% discount to NAV here. Again, we're still waiting for more volume to come into this physical trust and move us back to that premium to NAV before they can really issue shares and raise some more money, come back into the spot market in any sort of meaningful manner. Mailbag question today came in. This is from Susan R. When is the final decision on whether nuclear is going to be included in the EU taxonomy? We believe that will be decided on December 22nd, which I believe is next Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, December 22nd. We're hearing that there's some pretty intense conversations going on within the committee, and especially around nuclear in particular. So just yesterday, Reuters issued a story that French President Emmanuel Macron said on Thursday that France and the newly elected Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz, would continue discussions in the coming days to find a compromise on whether the European Union should label nuclear and gas as green investments. Yeah, nuclear, it's now getting lumped together with gas on the same docket to be included or not in the EU taxonomy. Macron said in a joint news conference with Scholz, the decision on the subject would soon be issued by the European Commission, Somewhat boggles the mind how wrong-headed Germany's energy policy has been. While being a staunch opponent of nuclear energy under former Chancellor Angela Merkel, Germany is now being forced to buy 30% of its energy from France, France's nuclear sector. At the same time, they're going to become beholden to Russia for gas supplies from Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. So really, there's a lot of political tension around this decision for gas and for nuclear. To make matters worse, French energy giant EDF has taken down 6 reactors for maintenance, so energy rates are going sky high across Europe, considering France exports a decent amount of energy, especially to Germany. We are betting that that it does get included, and obviously we're hopeful that it does. Interestingly enough, I don't believe that nuclear being included in the EU taxonomy is really baked into the investment here, baked into the stocks action. So really, it's I think that there's mainly upside potential here if it does get included, and there's just huge political tensions around this. So um, assuming that it does get included, what will that mean? That means that nuclear will get access to cheap sources of financing for new build outs and investments from institutional money managers constrained by their investments being ESG friendly. That if nuclear is included in the green taxonomy, that we should see a lot more ESG funds investing in nuclear, investing in uranium. So hopefully we'll hear about that soon. It definitely seems like it's a tense situation concerning whether or not that will be included. And I think it's absolutely absurd to be lumping nuclear in with gas because it's just astonishing how these people can talk out of both sides of their mouth at the same time, be in an absolute panic about carbon, and at the same time say that nuclear is not green, but gas potentially could be. It's like just unbelievably insane. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but fingers crossed that logical minds will prevail here. And there's definitely some strong proponents. Obviously, you have England and France as probably the 2 most strongest proponents of nuclear in the EU. We have Poland as now coming out as a staunch supporter, and then we have Germany. That's kind of like they're kind of on the fence here. Austria is staunchly against it. Ireland is staunchly against it. So there's really interesting political ties that are playing out in this decision. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everybody had a good week and have a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well, and we will see you all on Monday. Cheers.